Hey guys, in this video, I'm just going to be pretty much doing an introduction and showing you how to tie this little mullet. It's chartreuse and white, should work great for redfish and trout. So, also this channel is not going to be mostly fly tying. It's going to be mostly me and my grandpa fishing. You will probably be rarely seeing me fly tying, but I might every once in a while. So let me know if you like this. But yeah, so basically this channel is going to be me and my grandpa going around fishing the ponds and having a lot of fun, and just I hope you enjoy those whenever we do make them. And so it's going to be a lot of fun though, and we'll see what happens. We're just doing this for the fun and see how good we do. So first, let's start out. Let me grab, I need to grab some Foxy fiber. So it's just, I'll show y'all in a second. Sorry, I'm digging through my bag here, trying to find it. Here is our Foxy fibers. So we have chartreuse and white. We are also going to need some eyes. I like to use these eyes I got off Amazon. They're called, well, I'll just show y'all. That's what they are. If y'all can see that. I think today we're going to be using, these are all too small. See if I can find some more. I guess I ran out. I'll use these little red eyes right here. So to start, we already put down our thread wraps. Here, let me bring this closer. There you go. So we're gonna put all our thread wraps on there, get it pretty good. Now we're gonna work our way all the way to the back, and believe it or not, this fly actually sinks pretty good. It looks pretty fluffy, but it sinks really good. So you're gonna take your Foxy fibers and you're gonna pull about, you're just gonna pull it out like that, and you got something like that. And there you go. So now we're gonna twist that. Actually, I like to cut it, but you have to hold it pretty hard. I like to just cut that twisted end right there. Just cut it off like that. And you just gotta line up these fibers. So you just pull it, line it up, pull it. Well, that's just a bunch of extra. And now you're gonna tie that in. Just wrap it around it, get it nice and secure. Now we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna do the same thing but with the white. A little bit more. We're going to kind of split it down the middle there so it goes around the hook shank. Just like that. Now we're going to tie that in. Make sure you keep it pretty good pinched though. Also, if you were wondering, I got this vise off Amazon. Can't remember exactly what it was called though. Just gotta keep stacking those fibers till they stay in pretty good. Okay, now we tie that in. You're gonna pull it all the way back after splitting it, and you're just gonna give it a few more wraps so it stays like that. Wrap all the way to the front, secure all those fibers at the front just to make sure. Don't worry if your thread bump gets a little bit too big. The eyes will cover it up, and it's also gonna still look good and work really good. So don't worry. Now, since we're back up top, let's grab some more of that green, the chartreuse, and we're going to do the same thing. Just take it right there. Oh wait, you gotta cut it. Gives it a little bit of more even end. Wrap it back, wrap it forward. Do the same thing on the bottom. So this time I'm actually not going to cut it because look at that perfect center to go around the hook shank. So do the same thing, just secure that. Okay, turn it back over. Get all those loose fibers out. All right. Now, I gotta grab some more of this. You know what, I'll just get back to y'all whenever it is getting closer, because you just gotta repeat the same step. All right, we are back, and I got the fly to the point where you want it. So let me show y'all. So you kind of want it to like be not all the way up, but just like to the where you have a little bit of room to put the eyes. Okay, so now you're gonna grab your super glue. Get your super glue. I use Loctite super glue. And so now we're going to take these red, actually, I'm gonna take this blue eye right here. Let me see if I can find another one. This blue eye, got a little bit of fuzz on it. I'm gonna take these blue eyes. Depending on what kind of eyes you use, you can use a different way. But I just super glued mine on. So we're gonna start with this side. Let me go this way actually. So put some super glue. All right, you just got a little bit. Now just stick it on there, just like that. See, just do that. Now flip it to the other side. Grab your other eye. a little bit of super glue and stick that on there. You got to turn it to the side to make sure they're lined up. Yep. So now you just got to let them dry. And that's the first fly that I'm going to show y'all how to tie. By the way, I did make this up. So nothing bad if you don't tie it. So here it is. The little mullet, saltwater, or you could use it for freshwater, even for bass maybe. And good bass lake. You don't have to have the hook too big, because really you just pull it. If it's like in the water and something bites it, that hook's gonna pull pretty far out. And you could get a bigger hook if you wanted to, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's how I tie the first fly that I'm gonna show y'all. Now let's get to the other fly. So this is the next fly I'm gonna show y'all how to tie. It's this little trout fly. So it has a little bead on the front, gold bead, some pretty much like brownish reddish hackle, and some peacock right here on a little hook. All right, so first, I used these hooks. So you're gonna start out with this little hook right here. It's pretty small. Hold on, let me put it on my finger so y'all can see it. Just a little small hook. And then let me grab my beads. Should be laying here. Alright, here they are. I found them. Give me 1 second. So first, you grab your beads. I just got these little ones in here, along with some, what are they called? Shanks, hook shanks to connect to make multi-piece flies. Maybe I'll do that in another video, but I still gotta practice those myself. But so you're just gonna take your hook and slide the bead on there, just like that. See how it just slides right on there to the hook eye? That's what you want. Now, put it in your vise, just like that. Now you're gonna take your thread, and you are going to take it like this, and you're gonna wrap it around. Give it like some thread wraps first. Then you wanna really back it up against that eye. You wanna really back up your bead against the eye. And you can go in front of it, in front of the bead too. Just get it really good. Make sure the bead is straight too. Yeah, mine's straight. So you just gotta wrap it a lot. Make sure that bead doesn't move. You can go in front of it, behind it. There is definitely other ways like UV resin, which I don't really personally use UV. I just use super glue. But I don't even really put it on the beads on small flies like this. If I use it on a bigger fly for like bigger fish, I might. But on just for like small little trout and stuff, I don't really bother to do that because they usually don't come undone. Even if they do, it doesn't really affect it because the hackle holds it. So now you're gonna grab, if you want a skinny piece of hackle, you gotta find a decently skinny one, because if it's too thick, it just doesn't look right. And then if you try to trim it, it still doesn't look right. It doesn't have that natural split. Dig through your bag. Like, that's an okay feather right there. That'll work. And this one will work too. This little skinnier ones. Because if you get a real thick one, it'll just splay out too much. You can do it if you want, but it's just from personal things, personal preference. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So you take your hackle, you're gonna splay it out. So you grab the tip, pull everything back, get it nice and splayed out. You're gonna take the tip, tie it in as far back as you want the hackle to go, because if you do it in the very front, then you're going to be losing. It's going to be way harder to do it. So you want to start as far back as you want your hackle to go. I usually go about half the hook shank. So like I said, you got to do that, and then you're going to start wrapping. Just wrapping it, and wrapping. Just gotta keep on wrapping. Also, after you do this step, you can come in with a bodkin and get those hairs really untrapped. I do it every once in a while. I might do it for the sake of the video, but that looks pretty good so far. I like mine a little bit thinner, but if you want like it to look really thick, you can definitely add a few more hackle feathers. Then you're just gonna come back, secure that hackle, the excess, secure it. Okay, then you're gonna cut it. And now I'm gonna go grab a peacock feather. So you have your feather, right? So this is one that I actually found because I have peacocks in my neighborhood. And so these, I like these because the ones that I buy, these little feather things, they're a lot shorter, I found. And you don't need nearly as many as these. I like to stack a few though, like 4, because it makes it look thicker. And it looks better just in general whenever it looks thicker like that. You don't have to do this either. This is just optional, but I like to do this a lot. You just cut off that pieces, and you have to come up, go to the back of where you want it to start, where you want your peacock to start. Just go to the very back, and now you're gonna tie in that peacock. You're going to start wrapping it. I do about 3 or 4 pieces at once. That's what I like that. And then you can wrap over it again too, which I like to do. Just gives it a nice little look. Alright, now you can come back and secure it, or you can keep wrapping, but I like to just get it nice and secured. Actually, I need a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more on there. Alright, now, time to secure it. Okay, now you gotta trim it. Trim all those extra peacock. Try not to cut your hackle too much. And there you go. You're pretty much done. Just gotta whip finish, or use whatever finish you use. I always use whip. It's just what I've always used, and it's better for me. Whatever you do. I do 2 sets of 5. And there you go. Trim off your thread. Trim off any extra feather that you don't want. And then, there you go. You got your little fly. You got your, sorry if it's hard to see, but you got your little, you got it splayed out. You got your bead on there. You got your peacock. It's a nice little fly. It works for perch, trout, pretty much whatever you want. And yeah, so, and then I don't think, yeah, that's good for today. All right, well, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.